So for those of you that are here and ready, I still see a few people logging on, so we'll start in another minute or so. Find a comfortable seat, find your sit bones, find your sense of solid, connected to the earth, if that's possible. And if it's not, just land or arrive on those sit bones on your mat, wherever you are in your room or your space or your house or your yard, and find your breath. And we'll just take a moment to settle in as others join us and settle in themselves. And you won't need props today because I didn't get mine, not on purpose, but they're not here, so we won't use them. It's a clue that we can use them if we have them and not if we don't. And yesterday afternoon, my yoga retreat deck got finished. So next weekend, I will try teaching from there. Haven't quite figured out the tech from there yet. So as an act of kindness to myself, we're going to stay here for one more day. And then I'll probably change it up. And or when it gets really fall, move back inside. Always adapting to the weather and the seasons and the light and all those things. So take a moment to gather yourself, gather your energy, your mind, your body, your thoughts, all of it in one place, bringing them all back together inside your heart space, your chest, your sit bones, wherever they land for you. Closing eyes if that feels good. Root those sit bones downward into the earth beneath you and tilt your pelvic bowl forward. Stack your spine tall, one vertebrae atop the other way, all the way to the sky. And take in a big inhale in through your nose and out through your mouth. And allow yourself to be for a moment. Notice where your hands would like to land, perhaps on your thighs, perhaps on your ankles, perhaps palm open. Notice what feels most supportive and nourishing to you this morning. And as we settle in, my invitation for today's practice is life as it is, and yoga perhaps for the life experience. And this is inspired by my life experience this week. It might also be called yoga for change. Um, in the next week or even this week, I have sold my house I lived in for 20 years. My son is leaving for college, my youngest, so I will be an empty nester. And I have a new yoga deck, and my oldest son is getting married in a couple weeks. And so much change. And our old habits are to steel ourselves for change and try to make it all look beautiful and smooth and not really invite the negative emotions, perhaps just try to make it all positive emotions. And I know many of you actually who are here joining are going through a lot of change as well. And even good change has bumpy spots. Children leaving, parents getting older, perhaps children staying who maybe we thought would be leaving. And so allowing this life experience, allowing change and allowing it to move forward, but showing up with grace and elegance for those bumps and all the feelings. My mind says to, navigate it all so smoothly. And when those negative feelings come up, maybe I should change them. And the invitation of this practice is to soften to all of it. It's the good and the bad and the disappointing and the exciting. That's the life experience. And when we approach change in that way, the ride is much less bumpy. It's more smooth. It's like a soft seat when you drive over the bumps. And so the invitation for that, wherever you are in your life, letting go of this resistance to change and resistance to moving forward and resistance to the negative, worried feelings, When change happens, our brain jumps to all the things that might not be working or might not work. And for many of us, all the things we wish we'd done differently or better, thinking about children leaving. And that's all part of that experience. It's part of love. It's part of caring. It's part of a life well lived. And so this practice is an invitation to feel all those feels. Let them be, the highs and the lows, and the excitement and the flutter and the heaviness and the lump in your throat and all the things. When we accept them and let them be and let them percolate into every cell, we experience it all in a different, more whole and healthy way. Coming back to your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting that oxygen percolate out to the tiniest pinky finger and your big toe and your little toe. Breathing in through your nose, sending it to all your fingertips, down through your chest, like sparklers or fireflies. Exhale, enjoying it everywhere. Washing yourself with the breath all the way in. And flushing out any resistance to what is on the exhale. Softening into the experience. For many of you, the experience of parenting. For others of you, the experience of not parenting. The experience of being children of parents. Exhale. Notice any tightness that you feel as I mentioned all those things, and send the breath there. Breathing in and out. And if with these breaths you start to feel a little more tense, bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Or you may be a belly person. Notice what feels most kind and nourishing to you. Breathing in and out. Take a moment to be wherever you are in your life journey, whatever things are happening around you, and letting all the feelings of those things be. If possible, softening any judgment about how it should be or should have been or should go, and just letting what is be. And if feelings come up, which for many of you, knowing your current circumstances, they might, letting them come up. Using the breath to wash over them, to comfort them, to create a warm blanket or a hug for them. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And taking a moment with this invitation of moving through change with perhaps grace and elegance, or perhaps realness, perhaps allowing all the things, deciding how you might like to experience change, embrace it, respond to it rather than simply react to it, accepting what is, who you are, who they are, what the world is like today, and just letting that all be. Noticing if you're holding it tight or feeling that you have to hold it to manage it, and perhaps softening. Throughout today's practice, invite softening in any tight spots. With the breath, breathe into any tight spots. And as you exhale, let them soften. Letting go of the hypervigilance and the holding and the need to control. Remembering that on the other side of all this change, you will be okay, others will be okay. And things will end up as it should, whatever that looks like. noticing how you feel, and noticing what you need in this moment, and offering yourself that. Perhaps it feels like a big hug, or space, or breath, or more rest, or kindness. Whatever it is, let yourself have it, at least in your practice, if not beyond. And bring your hands together, rubbing them, creating some warmth, and creating energy of whatever energy you decide you need. Pressing the thumbs into the sternum, finger pads reach to the sky. Taking a moment here to send yourself more of that energy, healing energy, caring energy, loving energy, energy to move through whatever is. Breathe in and out. Set that intention for yourself. Bathe yourself with that energy. And notice the thumbs to sternum, the energy that with just the simple touch, how it feels, perhaps grounding or centered, and let it feel amazing. And when you feel ready, lowering hands and open your eyes, let the light back in, and just notice how the world looks now. Notice what has potentially shifted. And settle back in. Find your sit bones, rock side to side, potentially move the flesh of your seat, potentially flip the cross of your legs if they've had enough. And roll your shoulders 3 times back and 3 times forward, embracing any tightness in the morning, any lower back crankiness, whatever it might be. Inviting a bit of movement and maybe discomfort. And taking another big breath, find your belly, bathe it with energy, bring fingers out to the side. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Right thumb and middle finger will grab left wrist and reach as tall as you can. Have a shimmy here, huge breath in. Exhale, tilt to the right. Enjoy your left side body as you exhale. Inhale, tug a wee bit, inviting space, inviting acceptance and whatever is in this moment, letting go of all resistance on the exhale, softening. Inhale back to center. Switch the clasp of your hands. Exhale towards the left, inviting the space. A little discomfort with the stretch. That's the change and the shift. And exhale, breathing out, embracing the opening, the changing, the moving, even when it feels like sluggish and hard in the beginning. Inhale into the tiny nooks and crannies. Exhale, fleshing it out, tugging a wee bit more. Let it feel really good and stretch far if you can. Use your belly to protect your back. Come back to center. Release the clasp of your hands. Interlace your fingers. Reach your palms to the sky. Have a shimmy. Slight arch back. Exhale, round forward. Suck your navel all the way forward. Crown of the head reaches forward. Enjoy. Inhale, arch towards the sky. Gaze upward. For a moment, let in the wonder of whatever is going on in your life. How did you even get here? What's happening next? Exhale, round forward, stretching, letting yourself bathe in it, soak in it. Press a little farther forward. Really reach the edge. Inhale, arch, gaze up, and take a moment once again to look up. In a moment of sort of appreciation, awe, and wonder of all the things in the world that are here today. Exhale, come back to center. Open your arms out to the sides. Press your palms into the trees or the sidewall or the nature or wherever you are. Spread your fingers wide. Enjoy the energy. Pinch your scapula. Let that energy in, noticing a bit of discomfort as it shifts, and release and enjoy. Relax fingers. Squeeze your hands tight, 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 holding it tight. Noticing all that energy as you squeeze as tight as you can. Exhale, fling your fingers out and let the energy move. Noticing when we undo the block the dam and the river, how it feels good. Squeezing tight, holding that energy tight, tight, tight. And exhale, release your hands. Let the energy move into every finger, littlest fingertip, fingernail. Lower hands to your sacrum, interlace them or grab wrists, whatever feels best to your shoulders, and press your fists to the floor, shoulders down and back. Grow tall as you can. Drop chin to chest and enjoy. Breathe into all those tight muscles that hold your everything. Hold your head up, but also hold everything else. Look up to the sky. And once again, let in that sense of wonder, the wonder of life, the wonder of time, the wonder of the journey of change, letting the blocks towards the change go. Gaze forward, shake your hands out, letting things go with the shake. And we'll stretch our legs wide this morning, coming into a wide angle pose. Some of you may want to sit on a blanket or a block if you happen to have one. And find a comfy spot. Find your sit bones once again. Finding that center, even as you change, setting yourself up for the transition helps determine the landing, as we say. The approach determines the landing, which I'm doing a session on later this week. Wiggle your toes. Find your sit bones. Grow tall. Literally reach the crown of your head up to the sky. You can grow an inch in yoga very, very often. Huge breath in and out. Bring hands behind you. Press your fingers into the floor. Pick up your hips and slide your hips forward, making it a little wider, a little stretchier, a little harder. Flex your ankles. Bring your toes towards your knees. Sit up as tall as you can, shoulders down and back. Puff your chest out, even if it feels tenuous. Knees come to the floor, everything engaged. And exhale, relax, toes, shoulders, point toes, everything relaxes. Point your toes with energy. Notice the shifts in your legs. Flex your ankles. Toes come towards your knees. Your belly's still engaged. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes to the left thigh. Slide it towards your left ankles and towards your toe if you can reach. Root right hip downward and right arm over the right ear and enjoy your waist, your hips. Big breath in. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder and breathe into all the tight spots here, creating space. Inviting those blockages to melt, to bring back a little bit of flow. Any spot that might be resisting the change or what is in this moment. Breathing in and exhale once again. Inhale, switch sides. Right hand comes down the right thigh towards your right big toe. Left hip reaches downward. Left arm over the left ear without judgment about where your body's going today. Breathe in to the waist, the hip, your rear end. Exhale, if you have room and your neck is okay with it, gaze over that left shoulder. Inviting in this tight, awkward position, softness. Letting in the breeze of change, the winds of change. There's a slight breeze where I am letting it move a little bit. Undoing the stuckness in the sledge. Even as it feels sticky. Release your right foot, coming back to stand. You'll bring your hands to the outer thighs and bring your feet together into a butterfly pose. Butterflies are the result of change. Finding your sit bones and having a rock with hands on the ankles. Root your sit bones downward. Bring knees towards the earth. Arch your chest forward. Puff it out. Breathe in. Grow tall. Close your eyes. Pour the breath all the way into the earth underneath you. Exhale. Let it out. Could be horse's breath. Could be just a big blow. Do what feels good to you. Press each toe against each other. Breathe in, press the soles of your feet together. Pour the breath into the earth. Exhale, once again, everything presses together, knees press towards the floor. 2 more breaths like this. Inhale, grow tall, bring your heels towards you, press things together. Elbows can press the outer chest. Exhale, let it out. And one more. Do what feels good to you. Opening eyes, release your hands. Draw your knees together here. Your belly is tight. Hugging knees in towards you. Use that belly, squeeze your knees towards you. Shift your weight a little forward so you're up as tall as you can be on your sit bones, and your belly might be in the way. Grow your head tall. Enjoy sitting as tall as you can, but squunched in a ball here. Big breath in, squeeze tight. Exhale. Release your legs long in front and find your sit bones once again. Flex ankles, toes will come towards your nose. Root sit bones downward, knees bend to slight bit, hands come behind you, coming into Dandasana, sitting as tall as you can. Reach the crown of your head to the sky, shoulders down and back, breathing in. Pour the breath all the way to your heels and your toes, through your heart space. Exhale, let it out. Once again, everything engaged, tight, strong, tall. And exhale, soften in. Wiggle your toes. Bend your right knee. Bring your right foot over to the outer left thigh and find your sit bones once again. You may have a little rock. Left arm wraps around the right knee and you'll gaze over the right shoulder, coming into a twist. You can sit up tall here with both hands around your knee if that feels most supportive, or bring your fingers behind you and gaze even farther over the right shoulder. Do what feels good to you. Exhale, let it out. One more breath here. Wiggle toes, invite a little softness, even as you twist, even as things feel hard in this change. Breathing in and exhale, gazing over the right shoulder, letting it out. Twist back to center and invite a wee counter twist. Gazing over the left shoulder, notice any crankiness in your back and bathe it with breath. Come back to center. Grab your left foot, picking it up. We're going to come into rock the baby. Left elbow will grab the right foot, and you'll wrap your hands around and just enjoy your hip. Have a little rock here. Your left leg is extended long in this one. Use the left heel for support and enjoy a little massage. Releasing tightness, held tension, resistance. Let it feel amazing. You can close your eyes. Let your body tell you what it needs or wants here, where the massage should go, where the rock should go. Let yourself enjoy it, soften in, letting go of that holding it tight. Could you hold it a little lighter? And we'll slowly release that foot. Stretch it long in front. Bang out your knees. Find the flesh of your seat once again. And you'll bend your left knee. Pick it up your left foot. Bring it to the outer right thigh. Wrap right arm around. Give that knee a hug. Sit up tall. And left hand can stay by your side, behind you. Gaze over the left shoulder, whatever feels good. Huge breath in. Even as you are twisted up as a pretzel, invite softness. Looking for held tension, looking for resistance, softening the journey, allowing yourself to float a little bit through whatever the journey is right now. Mark Nepo has a saying, when you stop struggling, you float. When you stop holding, you can float. Inviting a little bit more. Big breath in and out. Come back to center, switch hands and counter twist. Being kind. Gaze over that right shoulder. And we'll come back to center. And you'll pick up your left foot, hook it with the right elbow, and have a little rock the baby on this side. Massage your right thigh, hip, left thigh, hip, rear end, all the things. Noticing the tightness and inviting softness, inviting a little bit of melting or less holding. Close eyes if that feels good. Let your body tell you what it needs. We so often resist what's going on. Our bodies have tremendous clues as to what we need to navigate. It's a little bit like the compass or the art of the stomach or the intuition. And as you melt and soften, perhaps also invite this idea of intention. How might you like to move through whatever change or unexpected is happening right now? How might you like to move through the fall, a season change? Choosing that with intention. Is it perhaps softness or kindness or acceptance? What feels empowering to you with grace, with ease? Maybe with a little more flow, a little less sludge. Let the breath into those pockets. And when this side feels complete, release your foot, stretch your leg long, find your sit bones, slide down your thighs, flex ankles, reach towards your toes, and come into a forward fold with back flat, hinge at the waist, and notice the energy shifts in the backs of the legs. Let them move, let it flow. Breathing in. Exhale, fold towards your legs another smidge. Release head and neck and round your back and enjoy. Closing eyes to listen to your body, noticing what it might need. Wiggling toes if you have room. Huge breath in and exhale, let it out. Sliding up shins to your knees, to your thighs. We're going to sweep our knees around and come to hands and knees. Knees directly under your hips, hands directly under your shoulders. Find your center and take a moment to adjust. Noticing that it takes a moment to adjust and find stillness and center. Notice the tops of the feet on the earth. Find your lower back. Inhale, arch your belly and gaze forward, coming into cow pose, being kind to any sensations that arise. Exhale, round into a delicious cat. Inhale, coming into cow, letting the flow come back into any tight spots. Let this be a flow. Exhale, round into the biggest cat you've got. Coming back to center. Notice your palms on the earth. Spread your fingers wide. You may want to move your hands forward a wee bit. We're going to lift up into downward dog. So do what your wrists like here. Curl your toes under and lift up. Shoot your hips all the way up. And let yourself enjoy it. Once again, listen to your body here. Walk your dog, perhaps. Perhaps let a little sass into your hips. This is change. You're flipping yourself upside down. Practicing here about what works for you to settle into it. Notice if you want a longer dog or a shorter dog today. Let your body tell you. Learning to listen is very powerful, part of the process of yoga. Lift up all 10 toes and notice the ball mound of both feet on the earth. Your heels are up high in the sky, or your toes and your heels. Press into your hands, sit bones reach towards the sky, lower your forehead to the floor. Breathing in, pour the breath everywhere. Exhale, lower toes. Let the breath out. Your heels are still up. Inhale, reach sit bones to the sky, lifting up as high as you can on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your heels and enjoy those calves. Bend your left knee, press your right heel to the floor.
Bend your right knee, press your left heel to the floor. Lifting up onto both tippy toes, shoot your hips to the sky. Your hips are the apex, as high as you can. Exhale, lower your heels to the floor. Lots of energetic shifts. See if you can let them happen, not resisting the change. Walk hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold here, and choose one that feels good to you. You may want to have hands on elbows, crossed arms, and sway. Bend your knees. You may want to widen your feet. Take a moment to listen and enjoy, twist, sway. Let yourself flow in the breeze a little bit, not resisting whatever your body invites here. Come to stillness. Lower hands, engage your belly, and slowly rise up, letting your arms reach out and up towards the sky. Palms come together, gaze up. Appreciate where you are in this moment, and lower hands slowly, letting them drip down in front of your face to heart center. And pause and enjoy here for a moment. Press the thumbs into your sternum. Enjoy that energy, sense of groundedness. Five deep breaths here, pausing, letting the shifts happen in your back, in your body, and your toes. Noticing them, noticing the energy move. And lower hands to the earth. Find your center. We're going to come into tree pose as the trees are getting ready to change in many parts of the world. They're getting ready for fall. Find the soles of your feet. Lift up your toes and lower them down into the earth, enjoying the soles of your feet, both of them on the earth. Draw up that earth's energy into your belly and your waist. Growing tall, filling your chest with air, letting the crown of your head reach to the sky. And exhale, drop shoulders, stand tall. Palms open to the front, Tadasana to begin your tree. Beginning with that strength of the mountain. Shift your weight to the right foot. Send your roots and your trunk down and kickstand your left heel. Bring the sole of your foot to the calf. You can bring your foot higher today if that inspires you, but more is not better. Find the steady spot. Bring your hands to heart center. Press thumbs into the sternum, finger pads to the sky, and draw that left knee back. And notice the wobbles, the constant readjustments, adapting to this changed one-legged posture. Might be a bit like adapting to a new home situation or something unexpected. It's part of the life experience. Letting yoga help you adapt to the life experience. What works, what feels good. Perhaps a big deep breath in through your nose, all the way out, down through your pelvis, through that right foot into the earth. And inhale up through the floor, through the sole of your foot, through the right leg to your belly. If you wish, you can grow your branches to the sky. Wiggle fingers. Noticing what happens as the wobbles come and the wiggles come. Is the hypervigilance and squeezing tight and holding tight help, or letting it sway a little bit? Learning from the trees as they move towards fall. They let the leaves fall. They change how they hold water. Lowering your hands to your heart center. Press your palms together. Bring your knee in front and lower it down. With kindness, roll out your right ankle and knee. Noticing that pausing and taking time to get comfortable is helpful. Find your center once again. Lift up on your tippy toes. Press thumbs into your sternum and grow as tall as you can. Reach both arms to the sky on your tippy toes. Find your center, grow as tall as you can, reaching as high as you can on your tiptoes. Sometimes the change is tricky and wobbly. Noticing your center and your core. Use that for your balance. Reach your fingers as tall as you can. Exhale, hands drip to heart center, heels come down. Lift up your toes once again. Root all 10 of them downwards for steadiness. Find your balance. Left tree trunk roots into the earth. Kickstand your right heel. Press the thumbs into your sternum and palms together, finding that balance and support from other parts of your body. Raise the right sole of the foot, draw your knee back, and pause here. Breathe in and out. Noticing the tiny little micro adaptations. Can you soften into them? Embrace them. Embrace the wobbles as you balance. Breathe in through your nose, down through your chest, down through the left leg, into the earth. And bring the air up through the sole of the foot, through the leg, through your chest. If you wish, raise your arms, grow tall. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles. Notice what helps or doesn't. Huge breath in, grow as tall as you can. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Find your steadiness here. Draw knee forward and lower your foot. Be kind to the left ankle. Roll it out. Notice how you feel. We're going to come down here into a yogi squat. Yogi squats connect you sort of with that deeper inner knowing and trust. If you need a blanket under your hips, do that. Bring elbows into the inner part of your knees, palms together, and find your squat. Let your sit bones lower to the earth. Close eyes if you can, and allow yourself to listen. This is a beautiful pose as you're navigating challenging times, the life experience, which offers all the things, letting the amazing things pour in, the things that are good that you wanted to happen. And then you might also worry, though they did happen, now what? Letting all the feelings circulate around here. As your calves notice this position, you might notice different things pop up. Bring right hand to the earth, reach left hand to the sky, coming into a twist. Gaze upward, wiggle fingers, gaze at the view, marvel at your fingers perhaps, roll your wrist. Bringing your left hand back down, come back to center, palms together, finding that balance in the middle. Notice your heels, your calves, your pelvis reaching downward. Let it bounce a little bit, inviting the movement, letting go of any resistance. Lower left hand, reach to the right, gaze upward. Roll the wrists, marvel at your fingers, marvel at the trees or the leaves or the ceiling or whatever it is, wherever you are. Allowing it all to be as it is. But notice the amazingness of it here in this spot. Coming back to center, your legs might be cranky now, palms together, just letting it be. Lower hands, straight your feet towards the front and come into a forward fold. Let it feel good. Lift up your toes, sag and sway. Enjoy. Notice if you want your legs straight or bent. Breathing in, a heavy breath here. Exhale, let it out. Bring your hands, clasp them at your sacrum, press your fists to the sky, and allow your hands to fall forward, head and neck to fall forward. And releasing tension, noticing held spots. Bend your right knee, straight your left knee, gaze to the left, and enjoy. With intention, don't fight. Let this movement, let the energy shift. Shift opposite way, bend left knee straight right, gaze over the right shoulder, sending space to the right shoulder, right arm. Embracing all the sensations. They feel good and bad at the same time sometimes. Come back to center. Allow your hands to fall a little bit farther forward, stretching perhaps more than you thought you could. Lower hands to your sacrum. Lower them down the backs of your thighs. Lowering hands to the floor and slowly bend knees, reaching arms out and up. Standing tall, palms reach to the sky, come together, gazing with wonder and letting your thumbs come back to sternum. Find your spot here. And come to the top of the mat. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations. Movement is one of the ways through sticky moments. We just keep moving. Find the find the bottoms of your feet. Lift up your toes. Lower them down. Lower hands by your side, reaching them out and up. Slight arch back. Hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Sit bones reach towards the back, gaze forward. Exhale, lower down. Place palms on the earth, step back to plank and take a moment here. Find your center. Be kind to your wrists. Notice how it feels. Drop heels to the left. Reach your right arm to the sky, coming into a side plank. Roll that right wrist. Lower right arm over your right ear and enjoy your right side body in this awkward spot. Reach right arm to the sky. Come back to center. Find your center. Taking a moment to adjust, land with grace. Drop heels to the right. Reach left hand to the sky, coming to side plank. Lower left arm over the left ear. Feeling graceful and elegant here in this awkward spot. Inhale, fill your chest as you transition back to plank. Find your center. Slowly shift weight onto your tippy toes. Bend knees, untuck your toes. Lower down, bend elbows, wrap them in towards you. Coming down to the earth. Pause a moment on your belly. Noticing your connection here. Weight is out of your hands. Inhale for a low cobra. Heart shines forward, tops of the feet on the earth. Gaze ahead. Exhale, lower down. Once more, inhale for low cobra. Perhaps come up a little higher. Press the fronts of the hips into the earth. Use the tops of your feet for support. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes. Press up and back to downward dog and take a moment to do what your back needs, your legs need, your calves need. Big breath in. Pour it anywhere there's held tightness. Exhale with a horse's breath here. Inhale once again. Reach sit bones even higher to the sky. Exhale, let it out. Step, hop, or jump to the front of the mat, whatever feels good to you. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms out and up towards the sky. Palms come together, slight arch back, and let your hands drip down to heart center. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. Inhale, use the breath to soften as a tool to help you float, to help you not resist, to help you enjoy the view. Lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale them out and up towards the sky, gazing upward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, lower down. Step back to plank and pause here for a moment. Find your center, spread your fingers, take good care of your wrists. Find your belly. Breathe here in plank for a moment. Lower down chaturanga to the earth, however you like. Inhale for low cobra or up dog. Exhale, curling toes, coming back through hands and knees to downward dog.
And pause here. Find your belly. Inhale, raise your left leg to the sky. Exhale gently, bend it, bring it between your hands. Cartwheel open to warrior two. Find your steadiness. Flip the front palm up, drop into peaceful, graceful warrior, gazing upward, allowing a moment of just wonder at how life is, how we got here, all the things. Letting this change happen, knowing we've been through tons of change and it's all worked out. Cartwheel back to warrior two. Gaze over the left middle finger, drishti. Trusting in where you're headed. Trusting in your ability to navigate. Bring right arm up to the sky. Shift your hips square to the front. Your right foot will come out wide. Come into warrior one. Arms reach to the sky. Gaze up. Bring your hands to heart center. Gaze forward. In warrior one, your back heel is reaching downward. Enjoy the calf here. Bring to your sacrum. Press fists to the floor. Heart shines forward. Shoulders down and back. Opening up your chest. Big breath in. Pour it down into that right hip. Exhale, hinge forward. If you wish, coming into humble warrior. The inside of that left knee. For a moment. Engage belly, slowly rise up. Release your hands, roll out your wrists in both directions. Reaching arms up to the sky once again. Exhale, lower them to the earth. Hop your back foot forward. Come into pyramid pose. Let the energy shift, inviting softness. Inviting the change, even as it feels twangy. Bring your back foot forward to meet the front foot. Inhale, engage your belly and roll up. Arms out and up, reaching up to the sky once again. Hands drip to heart center and pause. Inviting all the feelings here, whatever they might be. We've stripped away. You're soft, letting perhaps there may be some grief or some sadness for some of you. There's excitement. There's potentially wishing things were different and also not wishing them to be the same. Part of the human experience is conflicting emotions, ups and downs, letting them walk. Letting yourself float through this human life, embracing all it has to offer. Opening eyes, lower hands, reaching your arms out and up, slight arch back. Hands come together, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, your back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Shift forward on your tippy toes, lower down chaturanga, however you like. Low cobra, up dog when you arrive, and press back to down dog. Take a moment. Our last time in down dog here today. Finding your breath and your steadiness in this spot, in this moment of the class, this moment of your life. Using your resources, perhaps all 10 fingers, palms, palm bands at the feet. Notice what your body is craving. Let it have it. Maybe it's a breath, maybe it's a stretch. Plant left ball mound into the earth. Engage your belly. Raise your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it between your hands and cartwheel open to warrior two. Gaze is over the right middle finger. Be sure your right knee is not in front of your right ankle. Flip right palm to the sky. Fall backwards into graceful, peaceful, elegant warrior, whatever you'd like to call it. Enjoy that right rib cage and notice if this side feels different, embracing the differences. Cartwheel open to warrior two. Drishti over the right middle finger. Letting your heart feel what it feels here. We've stripped away a lot of the resistance and conscious holding, and you may feel more things all of a sudden. Wiggle fingers. Reach left arm to the sky, twist your hips forward, come into that warrior one. Adjust your feet. Reaching tall, 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 gazing up, marveling at all the things. Let hands come to heart center, gaze forward. Bring hands to your sacrum, clasp them, press your fists to the floor, shoulders down and back, heart shines forward. Enjoy. And notice if anything pops up here. Breathing in, pour it all the way down into your belly, pelvis, perhaps the left heel. Exhale, hinge forward into a humble warrior. A not graceful position. Let the wiggles and the wobbles and all the feelings pop up here. Allow yourself to soften in. Notice resistance and held tension. Melt it. Inhale, rise up. Heart shines forward. Release your hands, shake them out. Reach hands to the sky. Lower your hands, hop the back foot forward into that pyramid. Let it feel good. Invite the breath. Invite acceptance. Invite all of the emotions, the good, the tingles, the tight. Letting the human experience be. Step your back foot forward to meet the front foot. Coming into that forward fold, release your back, release your head, shake it out. Release hands, reaching arms out and up, coming up to stand, gazing up at your palms and let the hands fall to heart center. Taking a moment of appreciation for yourself, for the practice, for the journey, for all the experiences as they are. Lower hands and open your eyes, and we will transition to lying down. I was gonna do broken toe, but I don't want to anymore, so we won't. And there are some things in life you can choose. Bringing knees into your chest rather than arriving on the earth. Wrap hands around your shins and rock. Massage your lower back. Going all the way to the edges. Enjoy it. Let it feel amazing. Let the breath go. Come into happy baby if that feels good to you. Soles of the feet, knees come to the earth. Enjoying that. Noticing that all of this yoga stuff, upside down on your back, standing up tall, balancing on one leg, it can all feel good. A bit like the seasons of life. Straight one knee, press the sole of your foot to the sky. Straight the other, inviting the shifts and the change. Bring the soles of your feet together. Heels come towards your groin. Come into a lying down butterfly pose. Heels come in, enjoy your inner thighs. Release toes, lower your feet to the earth. Supta Baddha Konasana, hand to heart, hand to belly. Letting whatever emotion within wash over you. Letting yourself soften
adapt, adjust. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let yourself enjoy where you are right now. Letting the breezes of change in life, which are inevitable, even if it's simply the fall beginning or school beginning, but maybe it's bigger. Let them be. Bring your hands to your outer thighs. Draw your knees together. And if it would feel good, bring your feet to the outer edge of your mat. Bring your arms over your head in a cactus shape. Drop knees to the right. Relax in. Invite opening here. Letting any continued tightness that's held soften here. 2 breaths. Enjoying the heart slow. Bring your knees back to center. Organize your hips, taking time to adjust to the change. Even yourself out. Prepare for the other side. Dropping knees to the left and enjoy that right side open stretch. Might feel good and not good all at the same time. Practicing allowing, practicing softening. Bringing your knees back to center. Reorganize your sacrum. Bring your heels in front of your hips. Walk your heels towards you. Hands will come down by your sides. Lift up into an easy bridge to enjoy the stretch of the back body and shimmy a little. Notice what feels good. Let it be your bridge today. You can lift up onto toes, reach hips up. You can sway. You can shimmy your shoulders or just make it light. Release the back. Breathing in. Exhale, untuck shoulders, unroll slowly and land on the earth. Let yourself melt in. You can stay here for Shavasana with knees bent if that's kind to your back or feels better today to have soles of the feet on the earth. For the few of you I know who are going through big change, sometimes feet on the earth, palms on the earth feels better here. Or stretch one leg long and the other leg long. Allow yourself to settle into Shavasana. Potentially flip palms open if you're on your back. And allow yourself to sink in. Letting go of all resistance, all control. Letting go of control of the breath. Letting go of control of all of the muscles. Letting yourself sink in. Be held by the earth. Be held by the breeze. And here as a vehicle, just to let things move through, to let things be, to surrender fully to this moment in time, whatever it offers, knowing you'll be safe and held, cradled by the earth, cradled by the energy of the practice, knowing that you have everything within you that you need to pause and rest and relax.
Feel free to stay here as long as feels good. It's the beauty of practicing on Zoom or YouTube from home. For those of you who wish to come out, gently, slowly deepen your breath. Invite a wee bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. Let your body dictate how you come out. Let your body choose a stretch it might enjoy. Potentially big, potentially small. A huge inhale wherever you are, and a smooth exhale. Rolling over onto one side and pausing there for a moment. Taking a moment to accept, allow, and appreciate all the human emotions that come with these different seasons of life. Sending yourself compassion for whatever thoughts pop up about what is or what was or what might be. And inviting a bit of trust that it is likely not going to be as bad as you think, might be way better than you think, will all work out in the end. Trusting that you have what you need within to navigate. Trust that without controlling every little bit, it will all turn out okay. Perhaps as it's destined to. And slowly coming up to a comfortable seat wherever you are. And bring your hands to heart. Sit bones to the earth. Realign your spine. Sit tall, graceful, elegant, but without effort. Drop right back into that Shavasana-like feeling, eyes closed, and notice how you feel. Taking a moment to appreciate yourself, appreciate those who are practicing with us, appreciating all that the world and life has to offer. Inviting this human experience we call life. Welcoming all the emotions. Trusting and knowing and believing that you can handle them, that you want to handle them, that this is all part of this magical experience of being a human. May you all have a beautiful week ahead navigating your human experience and whatever change and transitions you may be in the midst of. The light in me honors and reflects the light in each and every one of you. May you all be well. Namaste.